The woman casually lifted the folder over her head. Under the light, hidden words written in black marker began to show through. They were top-secret documents. But then she looked up at the chalkboard and realized the data written there was wrong. In that moment, she understood why the Redstone rocket had failed multiple times. Without hesitation, she climbed a ladder, picked up a piece of chalk, and started writing. Her actions quickly drew the attention of her coworkers. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. A black woman solving a problem that had stumped them for days. Within minutes, she had finished the calculations, but she didn't have time to present them. She had to rush to the restroom. Because the restroom for colored women was nearly 2 miles away, her white colleagues noticed the numbers on the board. The method she used was unlike anything they'd ever seen. As everyone stared in shock, the team leader also took notice.
I said, whose work is that?
Catherine Goebel, sir.
Meanwhile, Catherine was on her way to the restroom. A round trip took 40 minutes, and she had to do this 5 or 6 times a day, all because her skin was black. From a young age, Catherine had shown remarkable talent in math. To nurture her potential, her community pulled together donations. They sent her to the best all-black school in the country. She lived up to their hopes, becoming the first black woman to graduate from the graduate program at West Virginia University. After graduation, she was recruited by NASA as a human computer. On the surface, it sounded like a prestigious job, but behind the scenes, her dark skin set her apart. She and her fellow black workers were isolated in a building known as the West Area. Their office was in a basement with no sunlight. They were only given minor calculation tasks, barely enough to scrape by. Catherine's talent was all but buried. But one day, fate began to shift. In the 1950s and 60s, the Soviet Union launched at least 57 dogs and mannequins into space. These test flights were designed to determine if rockets could carry humans. The sheer volume of Soviet launches put enormous pressure on the U.S. space program. America had to catch up fast. Otherwise, what might fall from the sky wouldn't be bird droppings, but a Soviet-marked thermonuclear warhead. NASA had ordered a powerful new computing machine, an IBM, but the machine wouldn't be ready for months. In the meantime, the Space Task Group was desperate for talented mathematicians, and not a single person in the white section of the lab was skilled enough in analytical geometry. So HR took a chance and looked to the West Area.
Space Test Group needs a computer, ASAP. Someone with a handle on analytic geometry. We can't fill that position out of the East Group. You have someone?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Catherine is the gal for that. She can handle any numbers you put in front of her.
I'll check her credentials.
True talent always finds a way to shine. Catherine's stellar resume landed her a position, the first black female computer ever assigned to the Space Task Group. But being black came with conditions. She was required to wear a skirt, high heels, and a single strand of pearls. The moment she walked through the door, her skin color triggered bias. A passing co-worker mistook her for a janitor and handed her a bag of trash. Catherine didn't flinch. She calmly set the trash down and headed straight to the front desk. Everyone stared in stunned silence. When the secretary looked up and saw a black woman, she was clearly surprised. She sneered and pointed Catherine to her workstation. Just then, the supervisor walked by. He stopped in his tracks when he saw the new hire. A black woman, he clearly had doubts.
You think you can find me the Frenet frame for this data? Using the Graham-Schmidt...
Orthogonalization algorithm? Yes, sir. I prefer it over Euclidean coordinates.
After a brief conversation, he got a sense of her capabilities. In addition to her daily duties, he asked her to check the team's calculations. That job had previously belonged to the lead engineer. So of course, he wasn't happy. He began making things difficult for her.
My numbers are spot on.
I will double check them, sir. No problem.
When Catherine opened the files, she saw that all the key data had been blacked out with marker. The lead told her it was classified. She wasn't authorized to see it, but clearly that rule only applied to her.